Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Long lines in Royal Oak tonight as the city commission weighs 3 contentious marijuana operations in the city limits. The overwhelming reaction from those who spoke out tonight was a resounding no.
Complaints ranged from worries over traffic to pushback over putting one of these in a residential neighborhood and another near a vocational high school. Mara McDonald is in Royal Oak for us tonight. Mara, is there a final decision yet?
Hi, Jace. You know, just about 5 minutes ago, the City Commission voted to approve Royal Oak's first marijuana operation. That is going at 5130 Meyer Drive, and that's the one you had a whole lot of people upset about at the Planning Commission because it's right across the street from OTEC. Let me show you. People lined up to give the commission a piece of their mind.
I live in the neighborhood, and I'm just against a high-traffic retail operation. Whether it was marijuana or McDonald's, I don't care. It doesn't belong in our neighborhood.
The majority live near this site on Harrison Street, where an upscale retail pot operation wants this spot surrounded by expensive condos.
There's real residents that live here. There's real residents that are going to be very severely impacted by this location.
The dispensary is not a good fit for a residential area.
The second is in an industrial area which has a vocational high school grandfathered into the zoning for the area. It's 88 feet away from the proposed pot operation.
If this was to be located 88 feet from Royal Oak High School, you would think very differently about it than you do about this. And most respectfully, I think you should treat these students and this school the same way that you would treat at a middle school or a high school that's part of the traditional curriculum, if you will.
The third is slated for this spot on Woodward and received none of the negative reaction the other two did. The Planning Commission said no to the operation near the school, but did approve the location on Harrison. It's now in the hands of the commission. Back here live, the meeting is ongoing. You have the attorney for that second pot operation. That's the one on Harrison Street, addressing them right now. But just to keep track, the Royal Oak City Commission approving a marijuana operation at 5130 Meyer Drive. That's the one that is right across from OTEC. Jason, Kimberly, we're live in Royal Oak tonight. Back to you.
Yeah, and Mara, before you jump back in there, just real quickly, what about marijuana operations that are supposed to be 1,000 feet from a school? Is that the case? And if so, this one isn't. Why is it approved?
So here's the situation. OTEC sits in an industrial area, and in planning speak, it's called a non-conforming use, meaning that school is the outlier in that industrial area. And per the planner, you don't zone for the non-conforming use, you zone for what the regular use is, and it is industrial. So this is why that passed the smell test, at least by the City Commission. Back to you.
Interesting, and I'm sure that explanation's going over well as well. All right, Mara, thank you.
Detroit police on the hunt for a person of interest after busting an alleged chop shop on the city's west side. Officers say they found 2 Ram pickup trucks, a Chevy Corvette, and a Cadillac Escalade at a shipping container site this evening on Fullerton Avenue. The vehicle's value at $450,000. Police believe parts of those stolen vehicles were being shipped out of state. No other details are being released at this time.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed the 80s over the weekend because as is normal here in Michigan, we're going back to the 30s.
That's right. Paul's here with a big change in our weather forecast.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a change in the weather compared to what we had over the weekend. Great shot of the city, man. You see all of our stadiums here. There's Ford Field. Comerica Park's right here. There's LCA right there. And temperatures right now, 52 at the airport at Metro, 48 in Ann Arbor, 50 in Port Huron, 48 over in Adrian. So let's talk about the temperatures you're going to experience over the next couple of days. We'll get kind of granular here. So tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., you can see a lot of us are in the upper 30s to low 40s here. And then as we move through the day, it's going to be a struggle. Most of us are not going to get out of the 40s. Maybe a spot or two in our urban heat island could scratch and claw right up to about 50 degrees. Then look at Wednesday morning. In our urban heat island here, right around freezing, and then outside of the heat island, we have a lot of 20s here on the map. And then for highs, man, oh man, we don't even make it to the mid-40s in some spots. Now, tomorrow for the kids heading to the bus stop, dry start in the morning, upper 30s to near 40, and then we have a few showers in the afternoon, 49 or so. And when the temperatures cool off, some of those showers are going to start producing snowflakes. We'll talk about that timetable in just a little bit, guys.
All right, Paul. Now to some research from the University of Michigan. It's brand new, and it finds gun violence is now the leading cause of death among children and teenagers.
Yeah, that's right. It replaces motor vehicle crashes, which was the leading cause of deaths in young people for more than 60 years. Our Pamela Osborne is live at Detroit Police Headquarters, where the chief is reacting to these disturbing new numbers. Pam.
You know, you hear those numbers and those statistics, and you really have to sit with it. Guns kill more kids than car crashes. As you mentioned, the chief has been very vocal on this issue, talking to people about securing their guns, about putting their guns down. He calls this uptick in gun violence nationwide a concerning trend, and he says it will take a multi-layered approach to address it. From 2019 to 2020, firearm-related deaths among children increased by 29%, making guns the leading cause of death for young people. Fueling the increase, gun-related homicides. So far this year in the city of Detroit, 2 children have died after being shot.
Already year to date, we've had 13 children that's been shot. And, you know, with weapons under the age of 17.
More than one of those children were injured after getting their hands on an unsecured gun. In at least 2 of those cases, parents have been charged, but it's going to take more.
You can't arrest your way out of these types of decisions. You need people that are committed to making change.
Gun violence is 100% preventable.
Pastor Barry Randolph is committed.
So we need to be paying attention to the rest of the world and say there's something that we're doing wrong here when it comes to guns.
He's buried children before and doesn't want to see any more kids laid to rest because of gun violence. Through his ministry at Church of the Messiah, he's reaching out to young people and lawmakers. In June, his Silence the Violence walk will be back because he, like so many others, are just tired.
I can't believe that we can't get this right. And we can get it right. We just have to make up our mind that we're going to get it right.
And both are hopeful this data can bring about new working solutions to this problem. I should also mention that in that data, those numbers that were collected, suicides, which were up 1%, were included in that, as well as unintentional deaths. Now, police are trying to prevent those as well by providing free gun locks to anyone who needs one, no questions asked. Reporting live outside of police headquarters, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Yeah, some really disturbing numbers, Pam. We appreciate it.
Tonight, we're learning more about the Grand Rapids police officer who shot and killed 26-year-old Patrick Leoya. Christopher Schur has been with the department for 7 years. He studied criminal justice at Siena Heights University and graduated in 2014. Previously, the police chief refused to name Schur as the officer responsible for Leoya's death, but changed course earlier today. Schur is on administrative leave and has been stripped of his police duties while state police investigate. Governor Whitmer making her first public comments tonight about that shooting.
My heart breaks for the greater Grand Rapids community. There's a lot of pain. The investigation is being done by the state police. I expect that to be closed soon, and it'll be in the hands of the prosecutor, and that's the place where the next steps are determined.
The Kent County prosecutor, to be exact, will be the one to decide if charges will be issued against Schur.
Neighbors and family of an elderly couple in Sterling Heights are grieving after an apparent murder-suicide. Their bodies were found this morning in a home on Bangor near Clinton River Road in Shaner. Police tell us an 87-year-old man called 911 saying he'd shot his 86-year-old wife. Officers found the couple and a gun just inside the door of the home. Tonight, neighbors tell us what they saw when police showed up.
As we were leaving, all these police cars came running, and they all brought out their rifles and shields, and they came from my driveway to their driveway, and they're going down the side of the house.
Police are trying to find out why this happened. Neighbors believe the couple were in declining health, and the life had been hard for them for the last 2 years. A Roseville woman is now charged with shooting and killing a woman from Trenton in the doorway of a Detroit home.
Police say 24-year-old Danique Golder got into an argument with the woman at a home on Vaughn Street on the city's west side. This was April 16th. Investigators say when the argument escalated, Golder pulled out a gun and fired into the doorway of the home, shooting the victim in the head. She's now charged with second-degree murder.
Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan's day in Washington included having lunch at the White House with President Joe Biden. After the meeting, the city released a statement saying the mayor talked with the president about how the city is using $100 million from the American Rescue Plan to address jobs, housing, and crime. Mayor Duggan also invited President Biden to visit Detroit in the near future.
One of Detroit's largest employers is now offering buyouts. Rocket Mortgage and Amrock, two businesses within Dan Gilbert's Rocket companies, offering buyouts to 8% of its workforce. Anyone who accepts the offer will be given several months' salary, as well as medical, dental, and vision coverage for 6 months. The buyouts come amid steep declines to both mortgage applications and applications to refinance a home loan, as well as a rising interest rates are cause of that.
Well, still ahead, Elon Musk buying Twitter for $44 billion.
Former President Donald Trump now weighing in on whether he might rejoin the social media site if his ban is reversed.
An 11-year-old boy approached by a man acting strangely near an Oakland County elementary school. What he said and how parents in that community are reacting.
He stole an ambulance and then led police on a chase for 75 miles. And when he jumped out of the rig, he wasn't ready to surrender. That's next.
And coming up tomorrow morning, all electric and made in Metro Detroit at 6 a.m., the highly anticipated vehicle launch that kicks off tomorrow.
Plus at 6:40, access denied. An incredible museum packed with warplanes, but you need special clearance to even get in there. The change is being made so you can visit. And streaming at 7 a.m. on Local 4 Plus, young inventors. Wait until you see what some kids are creating. Plus a preview of the local event that will give them big recognition. Join our morning team from 4:30 to 7 on Local 4, then streaming at 7 a.m. on Local 4 Plus Live.